Great Victory Day tomorrow. Nation ready to pay tributes to brave freedom fighters. All preparations completed at National Mausoleum at Savar. Inkilab Moncho spokesperson Osman Hadi admitted to Singapore General Hospital. Government to provide all medical expenses, says finance advisor. 8 arrested so far in attempted murder case of Osman Hadi. Security forces to capture remaining suspects. Prosecution appeals seeking death penalty for Sheikh Hasina and Asaduzaman Khan Kamal, sentenced to life imprisonment in a case of crimes against humanity during July uprising. Election Commission to hold elections with everyone's participation, tackling all challenges, says Chief Election Commissioner. Upcoming national election is not an experiment, but a decision shaping present and future generations, comments Tariq Rahman. School bus plunges into ravine in Colombia, killing at least 17 students. And in Dubai, Bangladesh advanced to semi-finals in Under-19 Asia Cup cricket, beating Nepal by 7 wickets. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News at 10. I am Ruya Zabin. You have just heard the headlines. Now news in details. The nation is set to celebrate the Victory Day tomorrow as the country was liberated from the Pakistani occupation forces on that day 54 years back through a 9-month-long bloodstained war of liberation. On December 16 in 1971, Bangladesh was born as an independent country at the cost of supreme sacrifice of 3 million people and the honor of 2 lakh women. On the occasion, the government has taken extensive programs to celebrate the Great Victory Day, while the day will begin with a 31-gun salute in the city tomorrow morning. The programs include placing wreaths at the monuments to pay homage to martyrs, hoisting of the national flags, 3-day victory fair, parachuting with the highest number of national flags, band show, cultural events, arrangement of recitation, essay writing and painting competitions on the Liberation War for children, and acrobatic show. The President and the Chief Advisor are expected to pay tributes to the martyrs of the Liberation War by placing wreaths at the Savar National Martyrs Memorial on the outskirts of the capital with sunrise tomorrow. Then the Bir Shrestha families, war-wounded freedom fighters and brave freedom fighters under the leadership of the Liberation War Affairs Advisor will lay wreaths there. In addition, foreign diplomats in Bangladesh and various political and social organizations, including people from all walks of life, will pay tribute to the martyrs who made supreme sacrifice during the Great Liberation War. On the occasion, the national flag will be hoisted in all government, semi-government, autonomous and private buildings and Bangladesh embassies and missions abroad, while important buildings and establishments will be illuminated. The main roads and road islands of Dhaka and various cities of the country have already been decorated with banners, festoons and colorful flags, including the national flag. As part of the nationwide grand celebrations of the Victory Day, Bangladesh is set to make a world record by parachuting with the highest number of national flags. On the occasion, the Bangladesh Army, Navy and Air Force will conduct separate fly-past demonstrations at the Tejgaon Old Airport in the city from 11 a.m. A special Victory Day band show will also take place there. Besides, 54 paratroopers of Team Bangladesh will perform a flag-bearing skydive from 11:40 a.m. to mark 54 years of the country's independence, which would be the largest ever flag parachuting display in the world, setting a new Guinness World Record. To mark the day, President Mohammad Shahabuddin and Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus issued separate messages. In his message, President Mohammad Shahabuddin urged all to work together to build a prosperous Bangladesh free from discrimination and all forms of oppression. In his message, Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus has said that the extensive reform initiatives undertaken by the current interim government to build a well-governed and progressive Bangladesh are now moving towards successful completion. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus has released a commemorative postage stamp on the occasion of the Great Victory Day. He also released an opening day cover and canceller at a ceremony at the State Guest House, Jamuna, this afternoon. Special Assistant to the Chief Advisor for Posts, Telecommunications and Information Technology, Faiz Ahmed Tayyib, Information and Communication Technology Division Secretary Sheesh Haidar Chaudhry, Posts and Telecommunications Division Secretary Abdul Nasir Khan and Director General of the Directorate of Posts S.M. Shahabuddin were present on the occasion.
এই বিজয় দিবসে চলে আসুন দলে দলে এক অবিস্মরণীয় এয়ার শো দেখতে। বিজয়ের ৫৪তম বছরে ৫৪ জন প্যারাট্রুপার ৫৪টা জাতীয় পতাকা হাতে বিমান থেকে অবতরণ করে গড়বে বিশ্ব রেকর্ড। এয়ার শো উপভোগ করতে ব্যবহার করবেন আইডিবির উল্টো পাশের তালতলা গেট। গেট খোলা হবে ১৬ ডিসেম্বর সকাল ৮টায়। ১০টার মধ্যেই সবাইকে নির্ধারিত স্থানে সমবেত হওয়ার অনুরোধ জানাচ্ছি।
Spokesperson of Inqilab Moncho and Dhaka 8 aspiring independent candidate bullet hit Sharif Osman Hadi has been admitted to Singapore General Hospital after an air ambulance carrying him reached Singapore this evening. The aircraft departed Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport for Singapore at around 1:55 p.m. today. Before Hadi's departure, Special Assistant to Chief Advisor on Health Affairs Dr. Mohammad Saidur Rahman briefed the media about Hadi's condition at the airport. He said Hadi's condition remains stable and unchanged. Dr. Mohammad Saidur Rahman said Hadi had suffered a cranial injury, but his kidney, heart and respiratory systems should be considered controllable as all three major systems are responding. He added that different medications and oxygen supports are being used to control his vital functions. Meanwhile, Inqilab Moncho Member Secretary Abdullah Al-Zabir said Hadi's two elder brothers, Omar Farooq and Abu Bakr Siddiq, are accompanying him to Singapore. Osman Hadi was attacked on Friday in the Bijoynagar Box Culvert area of Dhaka while travelling in a rickshaw. 2 more people have been detained in connection with the attempted murder of Sharif Osman bin Hadi, spokesperson of Inqilab Moncho. With this, a total of 8 people have been detained in the case, the police said. After a case was filed at Bolton Police Station over the attempted murder of Hadi, those detained include Hannan, the owner of the motorcycle used during the incident, Samia, the wife of the prime accused Faisal, his brother-in-law Shipu, and his friend Maria, all of whom have been shown as arrested in the attempted murder case. 2 days after the incident on Sunday midnight, the case was filed under several sections, including attempted murder, conspiracy to commit an organized crime, and use of firearms. The case was filed by Abdullah Al-Jabir, Member Secretary of Inqilab Moncho, as the complainant. Student League leader Faisal Mahmud Karim and several unidentified individuals have been named as accused in the case. Bolton Police Station Inspector Yasin Mia has been assigned to investigate the case. Last Friday afternoon, miscreants shot Inqilab Moncho convener and prospective Dhaka 8 constituency candidate Osman Hadi in the capital's Bijoynagar area. Ousted Sheikh Hasina, who is staying in a safe shelter in India, has created terrorist networks and is engaged in targeted killings of leaders of the July mass uprising, alleged Mahmudur Rahman, editor of Amar Desh. He made the remarks at an all-party protest rally held at the central Shohid Minar on Sunday, condemning the shooting of Inqilab Moncho spokesperson Sharif Osman Hadi. Secretary General of Jamaat-e-Islami Mia Mohammad Gholam Parwar said at the rally that the attack on Hadi was not an isolated incident. This is a part of package program. July uprising leader Mahfuz Alam, NCP convener Nahid Islam, NCP member secretary Muhammad Akhtar Hussain, NCP leaders Hasnat Abdullah and Sajish Alam, along with leaders of various political, social and cultural organizations, also addressed the rally. The speakers unanimously condemned the attack on Hadi and denounced the introduction of violence into democratic politics. They demanded a speedy trial and the immediate identification and arrest of those responsible. They also urged people to continue protests against the attack on Hadi, remain united against violence and strengthen unity among democratic forces. Finance advisor Dr. Saliuddin Ahmed has said that the Ministry of Finance will allocate whatever funds are required to take Sharif Osman bin Hadi, an independent prospective candidate for the Dhaka 8 constituency, as spokesperson of Inqilab Monjo, who was injured by gunfire abroad for medical treatment. He made the statement today while speaking to journalists after a meeting of the Advisory Council Committee on Government Procurement at the Secretariat, emphasizing that the Ministry of Finance will bear all expenses necessary for taking July fighter Osman Hadi abroad for treatment. The advisor said that the country's political environment is currently satisfactory and will become more stable. He also said that the necessary funds will be allocated in line with the Election Commission's requirements for the upcoming election, noting that the election budget will increase this time as the national election and the referendum will be held on the same day. The advisor added that the Election Commission has not yet submitted its requisition. Funds will be allocated according to the demand once it is received. The prosecution has filed an appeal seeking the death penalty by increasing the sentence of deposed Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and former Home Minister Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal, who were sentenced to life imprisonment on one charge in a case of crimes against humanity related to July mass uprising. Earlier on November 17, Tribunal 1 delivered its verdict in the case filed against Sheikh Hasina and Asaduzzaman Khan Kamal over genocide committed during the July mass uprising. In the verdict, the tribunal merged the charges against them and sentenced Sheikh Hasina and Kamal to life imprisonment on one charge and to death on another. Following this, the prosecution decided to appeal to upgrade the life sentence to the death penalty. Briefing journalists on the matter, prosecutor Ghazi Monwar Hussain Tamim said, considering the gravity and brutality of their crimes, the death penalty is warranted. To justify the appeal, the prosecution highlighted 8 key points in the appeal petition, including societal expectations. Meanwhile, the International Crimes Tribunal 2 has set December 17 for the next hearing in the Crimes Against Humanity case against Hassanul Haq Inu, involving 8 charges, including the killing of 6 people in Kushtia during the July mass uprising. In another Crimes Against Humanity case over the killing of 6 people in Kushtia, the same tribunal has scheduled December 23 for the next hearing against 4 accused, including Mahbubul Alam Hanif. Additionally, in a separate case involving the killing of 2 people, including Amir Hussain, who was shot while hanging from a railing in Rampura during the July mass uprising, Tribunal 1 has concluded the cross-examination of the investigation officer and set December 17 for the next hearing. At the same tribunal, arguments began today in the case over the killing of 6 people, including student Anas at Chankarpol in the capital. Prosecution concluded presenting its arguments today. Tribunal set December 18 as next date for placing arguments in the case. Lawyers representing the accused will present their arguments on that day. After that, the prosecution will submit rebuttal arguments. Chief Election Commissioner AMM Nasiruddin has said there is no reason for concern regarding the election. The Election Commission will give a free and fair election to the nation by overcoming all challenges. He made the remarks today at a program held at a hotel in the capital, focusing on the role and expectations of young voters. Noting that law enforcement agencies are fully prepared, the CEC said that, in line with the commitment made to the nation, a free, fair and peaceful election will be ensured. He urged young voters to play an active role in building the future of Bangladesh through casting their votes. Young voters expressed hopes of voting safely and without obstacles. They called for a future Bangladesh free from discrimination and led by competent and neutral leadership. Looking ahead to the 13th parliamentary election, young voters are hopeful that a fair and acceptable election will help build a discrimination-free Bangladesh, with their active participation forming a strong foundation for the country's future. Information and Broadcasting Advisor Sayyida Rizwana Hassan said the government will take all necessary initiatives to ensure the professional and social welfare of journalists. She said due importance is being given to formulating required laws and regulations to this end. Sayyida Rizwana Hassan made the remarks while addressing a check distribution ceremony. The checks of financial assistance under the second phase of the 2025-26 fiscal from the Bangladesh Journalists Welfare Trust were distributed at the conference room of the Totto Bhavan in the capital today. Chaired by Managing Director of the Bangladesh Journalists Welfare Trust, Mohammad Abdullah, the event was attended, among others, by Additional Secretary Broadcast and Press of the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Mohammad Altaful Alam, Director General of the Press Institute Bangladesh, Farooq Wasif, and Director General of the Department of Films and Publications, Khalida Begum. At the ceremony, checks amounting to a total of taka 10.1 million were distributed, including 0.6 million taka to the family members of 2 deceased journalists, 6.9 million taka for medical treatment of 114 journalists, and 2.6 million taka as financial assistance to 52 insolvent journalists. Speaking as the chief guest, Rizwana Hassan said, just as free and fair elections play a vital role in strengthening democracy, responsible journalism based on national interest is equally essential. She emphasized that journalists must perform their duties with a sense of responsibility to safeguard the interests of the people. BNP's acting chairman Tariq Rahman said, "This election is no ordinary election. It is more complex and more important than any previous elections. The aspirations, interests and potentials of the present and future generations, and above all, the question of Bangladesh's sovereignty, are linked to this election." He made the remarks while speaking as the chief guest at a discussion marking the Great Victory Day. BNP organized the event at the city's Institution of Engineers, Bangladesh. Tariq Rahman said that the next decade will be the decade of transformation. The BNP's goal is to build a self-reliant and prosperous Bangladesh by engaging the country's half-female population, crores of youth, farmers and working-class people. He expressed hope that this will make future victory days more glorious and meaningful. BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir presided over the discussion, while BNP Standing Committee members spoke. Tariq Rahman reiterated that BNP has always taken a firm stance in favor of free, fair and impartial elections. However, a group of acting against the interests of Bangladesh is creating obstacles to the conduct of elections under various pretexts, added the BNP's top leader. In the post-2024 context, the nation should not be divided and all political parties of Bangladesh need to remain united, said Jamaat-e-Islami Amir Dr. Shafiqur Rahman. The Jamaat leader made the remarks while addressing a party discussion marking Glorious Victory Day at the National Press Club in Dhaka today. Dhaka Metropolitan South Unit Jamaat Amir Nurul Islam Bulbul presided over the discussion. Jamaat Central leaders as well as Metropolitan Unit leaders also addressed the program. Dr. Shafiqur Rahman said the defeated fascist forces are regrouping and hatching conspiracies while July warriors are becoming victims. He emphasized that the need of the time is to stay united irrespective of party affiliations and ideological differences to uphold the spirit of the July uprising. Now, international news.